We talked about things like Varus, but Yuumi, Zeri, those are both open and available. Is it just a Lucian Nami response? Yes, we know what the meta is. We know how it goes.
If there's anything that can bring up, Ruler putting on the insane performances, it has been on this pick. It's been on the Zeri. You've seen him just able to push this champion to its mechanical prowess. So I'm feeling much better for JDG having this one. Looks like they might keep it stock and standard with jungle, with the three, I'd say, more premier champions being taken off the board. Wukong being that second tier, and you'd expect the Yuumi pick to come in third, unless they, did want to change it up and had any shenanigans up their belt. But I don't see any reason why, when this has been the tried and true duo for the squad.
Okay, so we know Lucian's going to come third for Weibo Gaming. Let's look ahead a little bit. What happens in maybe the solo lanes, right? Because Knight, Xiaohu, maybe a chance to be a little bit more impressive. We've seen Xiaohu on the rise so far. Is it worth banning away? Like, what are your thoughts here?
I think you take away the Gragas. I think.
Oh yeah.
It depends on what Weibo are angling for on their fourth pick, because I would assume it could potentially be top. But even if it's not, even if you're gonna look to counter pick 369, unless TheShy is gonna go deep in his pool and you say, hey, we give over Gragas, and you're bringing out something like let's go really old school, like a Quinn or something like that. Then I don't know if that's what you would want to deal with when. For them, right, having a AD jungler can sit up for another AP soul laner combination coming through for them. But Weibo actually going to be the team to take Rise off the table this time around. To pick that Knight still hasn't even picked up this split.
I wonder. You have Easy Hoon as a coach. Azir's always an option. That's what I think about when I think about Easy Hoon especially. But Xiaohu always not the biggest player of Azir. As Kassadin goes as well. Lyric, is this telling you anything?
I'm curious to see if they're going to want to go for something like like a Silas themselves. Maybe get more engaged, more brawl in that mid lane. Be able to follow up with Karsa's all-in threat and just try to zone at, single out Ruler on this Zeri. Gonna see now though if they do go for that. This has been the Xiaohu pick, right? It's even still Xiaohu's most played, tied with Rise in this split. Actually, now we'll even surpass that with 4, what he started his career on. And it actually leaves the Akali to go across for the opposing side. You have Yuumi, something that I think synchronizes very well with the Akali as well. Just another option to be able to latch onto. And now it's about where 369 wants to go. If he just wants to go back with the comfort that we saw in his last game and how well he was able to perform, we still, of course, do have things like the Renekton open if you wanted to go towards what has been a little bit higher priority in the LPL. Actually, the second most played top laner, only after the Cassante.
That was graphic. Whatever was happening in the crowd member there was graphic. That might have been light. Renekton, you hit the nail on the head. Now, TheShy has the option to handshake this Lyric. Quinn is open, as you were saying before. Kalista open as well. Probably not the option.
I would love that though. I would love for TheShy to go back to AD carries in the top lane. That was the best timeline when he didn't have enough confidence in Puff when everyone else was playing it in AD carry, and Puff had 200 games on it in solo queue, and TheShy would still just take it for himself. Poor Puff, man. We'll go back to the Sion. So the thing I like about the Sion is it's hey, at least game 1, if you are struggling to find impact and put up a big performance, right, you're still going to get in there with your ultimate. You're still going to make it hard for the back line to be able to walk forward. You're denying another potential assassination target from someone like the Akali on the side of JDG, and just sets up for more front line.
Take down JDG here in this split, and it'll be a monumental victory considering that JDG are currently considered our best team. As we let the crowd gyro and refuel. TheShy.
See, there's another TheShy throwback. The Kale. We get the Kale, we get the Quinn, we get the Kalista, we get the rapid fire cannon. There's a lot.
I will never forget TheShy at 2019 semi-finals against FPX, I think it was. Might have been in quarters too, where Jackie would play Kai'Sa, launch in. TheShy would ult Jackie every time, as we get a pause, unfortunately. and JackieLove would go flying with the Kale ulti and just explode the back one like it was nuts. He just had an invincible Karsa for 2 seconds. Do you remember that?
I do. 2019, the years music. Of me being in CBLOL and degenerately waking up at like 3 or 4 a.m. to actually be able to catch LPL. Instead of staying up late, it's, you know, waking up earlier to then be able to work. So
yeah,
those are good times.
God, that's rough. Rough as hell. I just love, sorry, I'm completely distracted by the music. It sounds like we're in a cowboy western. But no, you know what? It sounds like we're in a Quentin Tarantino film. This, like, you know, Uma Thurman has probably just killed 88 people. Now her and Lucy Liu are about to fight off. Or her and Gogo, whatever happens in... I've seen Kill Bill too many times. I'm pretending like I haven't seen it, dude. It's Kill Bill.
It's been a long time since I've seen Kill Bill.
Logo. Lyric. Logo. We're in.
And this is exactly where I want us to start, because JDG 369 had pressure even in game 1 when he was up against the Sion, and remember that time around he had the Aatrox. But JDG were putting so many resources into that, it opened up Weibo to put heavy focus into the bottom lane. I think that's something that we need to see different from game 1 of realizing, hey, even if we do stack up kills on TheShy, it is much more about getting Ruler ahead, or at least keeping Ruler in a stable place to where we're not going into mid-game where Light and Xiaohu have these huge advantages. So
we've already seen Lucian Nami tonight just take over. I mean,
yes.
Arn and Wink destroyed with that bottom lane, but I think Light so far has been pretty decent in the series. You were talking him up coming into this lyric that Light had been having a pretty good split.
Yeah, I think Light has definitely been tremendous. And again, even in game 2, I mean, really the top side of the map was the fault and the main core of Weibo's downfall. Even if Light and Chris were kind of getting dumpstered in that lane, 36 advantage going through, but we'll have the aggressive tools available to them. Looks like both junglers going to make their way up towards that top side, though, so might give an angle for Karsa to look for something, especially with how far forward the wave is. 369 looks like he should be getting on the tower now, though, so might not be in the worst spot. Weibo also will have mid lane prio to play with, so Karsa having a few options in what he will be able to look for.
Again, surprised that this game we did get, you know, the Shy and Sion. There's obviously a lot more at work from EasyHoon and the crew. Because TheShy, even though, yes, he has opted for things like the Sion in the past, especially in a meta like this, we have seen, you know, I think you mentioned he played Jax like 4 times last split, hasn't really played it otherwise. TheShy's Fiora, things like Aurelia, like, we see what YSKM plays is what he's played in the past.
For TheShy, I think he's played Jax 4 times in his whole career, and they were all in 2022 summer. So just kind of some standard meta picks not being prioritized. As Kanavi might actually just slip in here. He does.
Oh, perfect timing. TheShy going to be hating on this as 369 gets the stun, and yet again, Operation Kill the top lane king is a success.
They find the kill. 2 summoners were blown on the side of JDG, but you're still going to be happy with that little injection of gold. Karsa going to try and take advantage by taking both Scuttle Crabs. Gets to it on top side, making his way down now. Looks like Ruler and missing. Not going to go check, but at least going to get the ward down, knowing that Karsa should be on this side of the map.
God, Kanavi in the past 2 games just been so proactive to that top lane, though. First blood means he gets Caulfield's Warhammer, and Lyric, quick replay time is, as we were saying, this was just perfect timing for Kanavi to slip in.
Yeah, it was, I mean, right, a bit lucky, a bit unfortunate, kind of depending on the way that you look at it. Does manage to find this through him. I'm surprised TheShy flashed in the end. Kill still goes over, but I just want to keep reminding of game 1 where this was the story and it didn't end up meaning as much. Problem here is in game 1, Karsa was on the Elise. Even if they weren't necessarily constantly finding kills, he was having a lot of pressure ganks, burning a lot of summoners, which was at least building up like large CS advantage in that bot side for Light. This time around, it isn't the same story.
Now we're getting spotted on the ward here, by the way. I believe as he hugs that curb. It looks like Kanavi still wasn't seen. So as Dragon starts off, Weibo Gaming still a general idea, but Kanavi just getting this early objective, and yet again, I feel like Kanavi's really switched on. as you were saying, I mean, the whole series maybe is worth mentioning. That Kanavi has been so elevated here, where he's been getting better and better in each game.
Really good. I actually don't think he was seen initially going in. We saw some question mark pings coming down around that area, but now they definitely know he's going towards that with the fact that their bot lane kind of hovered over. I'm not sure if missing provided any support, but speaking of missing, actually Weibo's support Crisp and Karsa gonna look for something in the mid lane. They need to be careful though. Again, Akali's such a hard champion to pin down.
Oh, never mind.
But
never mind, Lyric. They do it so perfectly. Even though Crisp was spotted, they commit to the play anyway.
Well, they didn't know Karsa wrapping around there, and that's why we highlighted, even though their top jungle synergy has been quite off for Weibo, mid jungle has been there. Two players that have played together on another top team before, and the CC chain was just beautiful.
And again, Lyric setting up for Xiaohu on this Syndra pick that he's picked many, many times. And look, I could say that about any pro player, but we talk about Xiaohu Syndra being synonymous a bit this split. His most played, you mentioned in pick ban. First kill goes down, lost chapter, blasting one. An amazing start here. When you consider that his kill threat is just going to go off the roof when a Syndra snowballs.
I would love to see JDG put some attention towards mid lane now. Knight's level 6, Kanavi's going to be level 6 very soon. If you could just burn that flash, I mean, how is Xiaohu going to walk up if like your team's trying to contest a Herald or you're looking for a dragon fight? It's going to be so hard. So now that we have those like easier tools to find kills, I'd really love to see Kanavi put some emphasis on his own mid laner.
And again, level 6 now there for Knight, so it feels like it's going to be a lot easier to set that up too, as 369. Train's coming in. My God, that sound was interesting. Great animation. Sounds get better, but it took 6 years for Aurelion Soul to get remade. Vault Breaker comes in. Never mind, I didn't say that. As Ruler. Dodge away from Karsa. Unfortunate timing as Ruler was just back.
Not able to find it, but finally putting up a bit of pressure himself, has the ultimate online for him, so wanting to use that to try to focus Ruler down. Aren't going to get that. We'll have push in mid, and we're about 10 seconds away from the Herald coming up. JDG have been the team to keep up pressure in top, which could maybe make them seem like the team that should go for it, especially since Weibo haven't put as much priority on going for the Herald this series. But Weibo are the team with pressure to play through in mid, so if Karsa can maybe once again look for something on Knight, it could even open up the lean for them towards that top half.
Easy with the ultimate, isn't it? Vault Breaker. Knight. Okay, there's the target that Flash knocks in, and Knight's fine, or is he? Yes, actually the answer is just yes, he's fine. A great W, I guess.
I mean, the Shroud is so annoying to deal with, which is one of the big reasons why Akali's been such a staple in pro play over the years. The safety gives you lane, and the annoyance and threat it puts on backline and team fights if you just dropping that ability. 369 and his former jungler are about to meet up, though.
Yeah, they are. We're just pacing around, aren't we? Herald going to reset for the time being, while Kanavi now moving to that position. And remember that Kanavi is a little bit stronger here with Kindle versus just the Ruby Health Crystal.
Missing is actually making his way here as well. For JDG, their full bot lane might come, which could give them a bit of an advantage. But Weibo, they'd want to use the fact that they have numbers advantage now to set up a pick, but it looks like they aren't going to be able to do that as Kanavi is getting to control vision as he pleases.
Vault Breaker again being charged up into Kanavi before. Just utilized it to punch him away, but both those ultimates are available as missing. Even the Yuumi is coming up here, Lyric, as JDG going to start this again.
Ruler now needs to catch away bot because Light pushed that out, so Light's going to be here first. Weibo now might have a timing, but no, it's just constant posturing and constant threat of potential moves that are forcing teams to start Herald and then forcing them back off. It's Light now kind of still angling where he's close enough to if anything breaks out of mid lane, but is actually just going to make his way back down.
Okay, and maybe just off of that, JDG gets the blast cones taken. Ruler gets the push in, and I mean, Light's like, okay, I'm going to commit because Herald is still there. Still exposed as Kanavi comes back in. They're looking for the reset. There's the flash, the cyclone, everyone all in. JDG just pull the trigger, and suddenly Weibo Gaming have lost one. A second one is Ruler. Flash ultis for the kill. That's like sticking your four-hoster. Instant death.
incredibly decisive coming out from JDG. Kanavi and Knight syncing up to go in for that. And on the opposite side, Weibo not really looking like they knew what they wanted to do. Blight kind of going back and forth. 369 going to use this to just keep pressuring in top lane. Kanavi can now go for the Rift Herald by himself. And Kanavi, big series so far. We see Knight and Missing here putting the pressure up, but goes in with the flash, gets the double knockup. They follow through. Missing layering the Yuumi ultimate in as well. Shuriken doesn't look like it connected in the end, but with Ruler waiting in the wings, easy guarantee of the second kill.
And that was big as well. I mean, Ruler getting the kill. Lyric, bottom lane's already going well enough. Second drag is here for Karsa, but I think it's definitely going to JD. 1,000 in their lead. And let's not forget, top lane is going fantastically as 369 continues to be dipping on the shy. There's ulti. Hello. Solo kill. Solo kill. Yep. Now, be alive or don't. Either way, it's the third solo kill in 2 games.
Like, look at the lack of emotion on 369's face as well. It's just like another day in the office, just taking down the shy once again. And this is so much better because you're not having the amount of resources funneled into him like game 1, which is taking away attention elsewhere. It's him doing it by himself after he got that early lead from help earlier on from Kanavi. And now they know, hey, like Renekton's going to take late solo. He's going to be all right. Leave him up to his own devices. And Kanavi go for plays like this where he's hovering around Ruler and Missing, looking for oversteps coming out from Light and Crisp, and potentially going to use this Herald to funnel gold on the big carry on their side.
Kanavi's just been everywhere all the time. What a painful jungler to go up. I mean, Kanavi is kind of that jungler who just, I think, you know, Lyric, I'd say solo carries games. There's definitely been games where it's felt like, you know, uplifting JDG where he's now been mid a couple of times. He's been to the top lane for a counter gang. Bot, once again, he's been hovering around. Like, Kanavi's setting up for the invade too, while all the gold that JDG are getting keeps growing. Considering now, Xiaohu is in deep doo-doo. Yeah, no flash, no hope, no worries. Ruler gets the kill as well. Lyric, this game is starting to feel real sus. Wait, in a help me, Zeri Yuumi have kills way, you know?
Zeri Yuumi have kills, Wukong's huge, you have like an immobile mid laner on the opposing side. Your damage profile is very like burst oriented as well with the Lucian and the Syndra coming on through. And it really just feels like JDG are gonna have their way with the map the next few minutes. Already the 3K gold lead at 13 minutes is more top lane action. Keeping in.
Is TheShy. He's going to turn it around. Well, yeah, Xiaohu coming in, going to help out. So 369 does go down. We get fairy claps in the audience, and Xiaohu at least able to get some more kill credit.
369, you know, the ego getting a little bit big after you solo killed this guy so many times. Knight now might get his turn to solo kill TheShy.
I mean, he hasn't had a kill this series. TheShy is 0 and 15 for his entire part. The Shuriken still connects in as Knight gets the kill now. He has to get out of there, but TheShy, give it to him. Give him the kill. Give him the kill, Xiaohu. It looks like movement speed wasn't enough, and TheShy will remain killless.
You know, lapsed in my mind that, like, the Shuriken still connects to the Shroud. So, you know, there actually was no hope for TheShy.
The hitbox doesn't matter, Lyric. As long as it goes past it, it's ridiculous.
Well, no, I mean, he just threw it into the Shroud, you know, in the end of the day, so was able to get back. But okay, we get another potential play in mid, but look at that at the bottom left hand of our screen. Ruler gonna finish off his own turret and even gets it before this one that Weibo were able to pick up in mid.
3,000. I know, standing gold. Let's call it 2.5, but still JDG 14 minutes. Look, we were talking about, you know, I guess the strength of mid jungle. We were talking about, you know, Xiaohu's lane being played towards bot as a potential as, oh, Chris has to flash away, but it's matched nicely. Another kill this time over to Missing as we go to the top side. Xiaohu and TheShy going all in. Rather, it's Karsa, excuse me. TP being burned though. 369's going to die, but Knight has come in with a vengeance. His old jungler destroyed, and every time Weibo Gaming seem to find a pick, it is met right back.
Weibo are just keeping up pressure. Typically, it seems like in 2 lanes at a time. They're very easily able to make their play and then rotate to answer whatever Weibo are doing. And Weibo have singled out of, hey, we can't find advantages like through bot. We aren't finding advantages in the outright like 1v1s or anything like that. We just need to overload wherever 369 is and pick off this Renekton. It's you know, padding the kill score, but not really turning into anything tangible in terms of objectives just yet.
It at least will in 30 seconds because we've got a dragon coming up. Third one here. And Lyric, are you as JDG, are you still comfortable enough to take this fight? I mean, surely with Akali, with the Renekton in the state they're in, JDG have some kind of hope in moving into this river, right?
Yeah, especially with Missing's ult is just about to be up, and Kanavi should be up soon. So it's about if they can posture long enough to prevent Dragon from just outright going down. But looks like they might not even opt into it. Just gonna end up backing out at the end of the day and allowing Knight to keep pressuring in that top lane. No one's gonna be able to match Knight in the side lane at this point. Yeah. I guess as a TheShy, you're gonna feel fine just, you know, accepting that you are a tank and he isn't gonna kill you, but Knight at least will be able to get a lot of these waves pushed in and have that opportunity to look for roam opportunities. JDG, though, hovering up towards top side, sets him up with Herald, which is just about to spawn.
JDG knows they're probably going to be looking at the next couple of dragons anyway. Lyric, you know what really scares me? If JDG gets sold this game, no matter the game state, I would just be worried. Is Herald going to be started here in the meanwhile? Cloud Soul for a Zeri Yuumi with Akali. Actually, anyone on that team. Just yikes. What's happening here? Well, they're going to use Xiaohu to come on in. Jungle 2v2 is actually going to be met by a solo lane 2v2. Knight hovers. Both people just back away. And I guess it's a stare down while Herald gets done.
JDG are just getting anything they want on the map. Weibo's still realizing that really their only hope is playing around sides and playing around picks with Xiaohu.
Yep.
Now having 2 items, so at least being, you know, a little bit ahead. I'm not quite sure how much gold Knight is sitting on. He just came from base, so shouldn't be too much. But still, the problem is like the amount of backline access that JDG's comp gives them, making Xiaohu one of the easier targets to be able to shut out. You do have disengaged tools there, like the Tidal Wave, Scatter of the Weak. TheShy just buying space with his own presence. But JDG have a lot of ways to circumvent that with both an Akali and a Wukong.
Akali's almost 2 items herself. A good mention there from Xiaohu, letting us know that he is actually ahead of the curve a little bit. Herald will still get the charge, so mid does open up a little bit there at 18 minutes into the game. JDG, 3,000 is the lead. I would even say at this point, a little bit more than 3,000 too. And so we just keep chilling out. It feels like last game, Lyric. Last game, JDG were in control. Maybe not even as much as this, but they were still in control. And they didn't have to lift a finger. They were just chilling. They didn't have to do anything at all.
Oh,
and it feels like
they're... Oh, so close.
Okay. Maybe not as chilling as much as I remember.
Yeah, could have turned into something even if Xiao was flash. I mean, could have even at least forced that out had that connected. But seems like JDG are fine to just keep up the pressure with Knight inside and then use this like Yuumi Wukong force to roam into the enemy jungle, get some vision down, and apply the heat to Weibo. Weibo once again gonna have Karsa lean with Xiaohu and hope to pick Knight off. Knight is a much harder target to get down than the Renekton. We've seen it is doable, like if you can chain the CC perfectly, but still, when he has E, when he has ultimate, when he has flash, all available, and he isn't locked into lane, he has a lot more room to be able to traverse distance and actually escape.
Moving towards the top side as a unit now. Knight might be in a bit of trouble though. Xiaohu and Karsa on the hunt here. Len's going to see him as they look for him in the shroud, but they'll hover around. The turnabout play is coming in. JDG are going to make something happen. Is Chris going to be the first target? Cyclone number 1. TP from Weibo. They need to bring support as Ruler comes on in with missing by his side. TheShy has made his entrance, but already Weibo Gaming are missing their support. JDG, there's a Baron in 10 seconds, Lyric. Is the support enough to start this one up?
I think it would be very ambitious. You now don't have Wukong or Akali ultimates up, so the engage threat's not as there. Some of your assassination potential's down, and it looks like JDG agree. They're not even going to look towards it. They're just going to move back to their lanes. Be happy with the fact that they got a kill, and they even got a flash off from Karsa. So at the end of the day, they really gave over nothing. It took some ultimate cooldowns, and they got more valuable cooldowns than a kill in return.
And again, it's just swift play from JDG. As they move up to top side, they pick up the kill. They essentially set up for the pickaxe, and the closer to Infinity Edge is going to be coming out as well. And Dragon's coming up in 50 seconds. Now, Lyric, it's your turn. You have to tell us, at this point, the question I had last time, which I'll repeat again, was, are JDG willing to fight this? Is this a priority for them, considering that, you know, would lead to third Dragon for Weibo Gaming and a comp that, in the mid-game, should be taking over a bit?
I don't think JDG need to fight this, but I think JDG will opt into it, because I think JDG right now are feeling incredibly strong. You have the tools to be able to just hit frontline with Ruler on this pick. And again, you have so much access to be able to find Lucian or Syndra with Kanavi jumping in with his clone, throwing out the ultimate, missing being on top of his ulti, Knight able to dash into the back line. They have everything available. So JDG are going to posture around the objective. Even if they can blow Xiaohu's flash, if like you start off with a pick and then kind of back off a little bit, could be a bit of a win, but the composition is very much all in.
Okay. This Knight starts with a shuriken flip backwards, bit of poke damage coming through Weibo. Through a choke, they channel the 369 on the flank here. He'll be spotted out by a couple of good wards by Weibo Gaming, as this fight could be everything for the game. Ruler, he has everything available as well. 369 getting zoned away as the Dragons to stop for the time being.
Well. Kanavi playing over the pit, so they're threatening flanks all around.
No wards here either. Control ward in this crush, so right now Weibo Gaming wondering where this monkey king is. Getting completely zoned off of this Dragon for the time being. And we are going to continue this dance. Look at Knight. Knight's going to do the same thing. Going to be spotted out in the ward, but how hard are Weibo Gaming going to commit? As they move back towards the choke, they're like, maybe we leave the Dragon for now. Knight getting away after Scatter the Weak. Jumping forward, Weibo Gaming, never mind. They are going to give it up as Kanavi goes into the ulti immediately, but Karsa takes him down. The nuke on the jungler sets it up, so Weibo Gaming have an advantage, just running into the backline. Hang on, Knight. Look at this Akali go. Oh my God, Knight! You know he's Akali, and now you better remember it as Ruler helps clean up as well. He ran into the whole team, and he took them all out.
Ruler Knight might have been a bit quiet in the past two games, but this game they are showing up 4-2-6 on Akali, 4-0-1 on the Zeri. And that was even with Kanavi just going down right at the start of a fight. They feel confident turning towards this Baron. Kanavi's actually already up. And it looks like this is gonna snowball into just so many objectives for them. It was such an extended standoff. It bought time for Weibo to feel confident because, sure, they have tools to get on the back line, but they also have a lot of disengage on the side of Weibo. Tidal Wave comes out, we see Vi lockdown, but we hit on for JDG. They have the tools to hit frontline with the Zeri and also still have that backline access. Knight, great job to traverse distance. His ult damage gets off across a couple people as well.
Woo! We were going again. Oh yeah, it was close. I mean, Karsa going to die for it though as he tries to get out of the pit, but never mind, he's dead. And after that, after that big fight in the bottom lane, it just looks like now Weibo Gaming is so far behind in the curve as Kanavi gets out with a disengage. Light tries to run forward, but JDG aren't done. TheShy says, no. It's Ruler, go skateboarding. Oh my God. Again. Last game, Lyric. We talked about Tony Hawk. I think that is me at 16 on a skateboard going down a hill. Just no clue whatsoever as Ruler missing a dead. TheShy is running away. 369 now dealing with the Scout of the Week and so much poke. Holy damage. Now Weibo Gaming have something to say as TheShy dies, but Ruler from 0 to hero back to 0.
3 Barons taken off the table. And again, just small mistakes, whoopsies, whatever you want to call them are there. And they're being so heavily punished by Weibo. This doesn't change the state of the game. JDG are still 7K gold up. I still feel like I favor them in you know, team fights going forward. But we're gonna see here the Baron contest that actually comes on through. Xiaohu getting pressured by Knight. Karsa going in just a little bit too late. Doesn't manage to get it off. I can't believe Xiaohu ends up living here. And let's see how this goes down. Cooler's thought process. The engage initially comes out. Kanavi getting chunked low. Why does he skate in though? Is it just to try and find the Xiaohu kill?
Yeah, because he can.
Maybe not expecting to go over that. Like he was angling to go up to where the Krug camp finishes and be around the same path as where Knight was. That's the only speculation I could have. But again, tremendous punish coming out by Weibo. Xiaohu's gonna live, and he's even gonna pick up a kill for his troubles.
Look at this damage. Ready? Mandate. What? Okay. Oh, Syndra got a lot of splinters, and she's been taking them out on another. Hot damn.
Even also having the true damage coming out from his rune as well, being able to get a good amount from there. And like I said, though, great pickup by Weibo. They're going to take that. They got 3 Barons off the table. They are still the team who is squarely behind. Taking a look at where we're at with items now as well. Like, 2 items on the table for Knight, even a stopwatch now, so we'll be even able to buy more time and more space. Give him a bit more liberties in regards to like engaging and going into team fights. Ruler looks like he's very close to picking up his IE. Might even have it now as he's going for his base.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. There it is. And another stopwatch on board. So they're getting a lot of these stopwatches to deal with a lot of the initial burst, the initial CC to come out from what Weibo's comp has to offer.
Trying to work out. The crowd just went wild. Maybe they really like Infinity Edge. Maybe everyone in the crowd is a huge 5-head analyst who understands the 3-item Zeri power spike. But we'll never know. Lyric, what we will know is that 7,000 gold lead with a Zeri Yuumi. And gives JDG so much to work with here. Their push up towards the inner turret mid lane applies the pressure so that if you look bottom lane, 369 can continue pushing up this side lane. And JDG can try and spread them thin. As Kanavi going into the jungle, he's going to be autoed, ulted. Kanavi going in blind, but meanwhile Knight goes in. Ruler this time jumps in, but there's no TheShy until now. Hang on. Ruler. We have to talk. Ruler, JDG, what has the LPL done? Lyric, they've corrupted him. He used to be this saint in Gen G. Now he's come over, watched a bit of Jackie Love, and he's like, dude, let me at him.
I just don't know. JDG getting picked off, throwing away advantages, and it's giving Weibo the space to come back into the game. Again, Weibo are no slouches, right? They took game 1. We've seen that Weibo are a team with very intelligent players, but Kanavi going for a ward, gets picked off, not expecting Karsa to be there. I love the combo, gets bursted out instantly, and then Ruler feeling comfortable enough to just run in, not expecting TheShy's Sion ult to just lock him down. And that stopwatch that he just bought, well, it's already gone. It's already gone.
Man. Well, maybe it's winnable. It's winnable. Lyric, if Ruler keeps doing that, walk me through a little bit more of how Weibo Gaming can win this game. Because hell, they've got 2 dragons. Xiaohu is pumping out so much damage.
If Weibo can keep a fight in front of them, they're feeling great, right? We saw the amount of DPS Light put off to Xiaohu now. He's in trouble.
But the problem is the CC. Knight's dead again as Xiaohu is going to be a response here. Kanavi getting a good cyclone, but Ruler this time jumping in, not head first. As, hang on a minute, the lightning crash down this one is a little bit better. Ruler flashing forward, but the decimating smash, the bubble, TheShy and Crisp setting it up to be, even though it's missing and Kanavi left alive. I think this could get a little bit more desperate as TheShy still up on the menu. Decimating smash part number 2, and it ends right there.
Calm down.
He's big boy. He got a kill though.
He did. He did get a kill. TheShy's first kill of the series. As, my God, that was so back and forth. And I actually thought that was going to go way more JDG favored once Xiaohu went down, because we can see he is a large part of their damage. Picks off Knight right away, but Kanavi is just so monumental right now. Goes down, but the CC starts to come through. Decimating Smash is beautiful by TheShy, which allows for a lot of this damage to come through. 369 tries to bring it back by taking down Light, but that bubble coming down after... Was that another Decimating Smash that set up that CC?
I think so. There was a lot. TheShy just presses Q off a cooldown. This guy is still, even though he's been behind this game and last, TheShy has had massive impact. But again, you know, Chris performing really well here.
Right.
As we talked about at the start of the series.
It's starting to show like the angles that Weibo can get it done though.
True.
Like JDG right in front of them, Decimating Smash beating a few people, Tidal Wave knocks them up, a Scout of the Week across the team. You're getting like piercing light, you know, on multiple people. Like the opportunity is there, and JDG have shown multiple times now that they are willing to just run head first and not be as diligent as they were earlier around Dragon, playing off those flank opportunities in those multiple angles. So for Weibo, you're going to keep hoping that those are coming through. And with Xiaohu very close to getting his Rabadons, that will be a spike where even Ruler goes a bit too far forward and gets locked down. Xiaohu will just delete him.
Well, that's already happened because Baron's starting and Ruler has been caught out many times. As Xiaohu with the Scatter of the Weeks has been beautiful. Watching that out as Knight's coming through from a flank. The person to watch there as Light now joins on in. The 5v5 happens in River. As this could define the series, our match of the week to come closing here. TheShy taking no damage at the time, being the Decimating Smash sets up for the rest of Weibo Gaming as Karsa. Vault Breaker in, bit of a fake as it's 3K. They're going to take this down to the wire in front of Baron. Light goes in, takes out Knight! Oh, and the steal! Xiaohu, the Tiger, that could. That's everything for Weibo. But now they need to get out with the prize or at least look for the seconds. Weibo Gaming, Lyric, they're doing it.
They get a kill and they steal Baron.
And they get Dragon.
Like it feels like the universe is just on the side of Weibo right now. They're going to put themselves on sole point. Like, my God. They're actually bringing it back. They're actually doing it.
I'm not sure what I saw on my screen. I saw 2 dragons for some reason, but it doesn't matter. Watch again how Light just nukes Knight. That's an Akali.
Yeah, dash is in. The damage is there. Finishes up the culling in gear.
Syndra.
I didn't see if it was just a Q or a Scatter of the Week across, but they pick up the Baron, taking a lot of space with TheShy. Like, this is what we talked about. Even if TheShy does like find deaths or isn't getting kills, that zone control that he can add with the 1, 5, and 6 Sion, it is still there. And now, like, Gold League's still there for JDG, but my God, Weibo are hitting their stride. Xiaohu should have Rabadons online now. Like, Light has finally surpassed.
There it is.
Has he surpassed Ruler in terms of items? And this is huge. This would be such a big comeback if Weibo are able to close this one out.
Let's be real. You know, it was JDG who threw it away. Initially, Ruler has been caught out a couple of times, but the fights overall haven't been that clean. Like, Knight has been jumping in to his death sometimes as well. So, for JDG Lyric, I don't really think we've seen this kind of level of punishment out of any of their other games, out of any series so far in the LPL split. As Scout of the Week there again. Look at it. The setup from Xiaohu. This level 17 Syndra, who walked over a plank of wood and got about 1,000 splinters in her foot, now has so much damage to work with.
And once again, he forced out the Mikhails. So no Mikhails for missing. If another Scout of the Week comes through onto, say, Ruler or anyone else, they will just be locked down. And now Weibo using their advantage beautifully to push this forward. And it's just the mojo. It's the mojo willing Weibo's win into existence.
Austin Powers would be sitting there. He'd be proud. Baron helped open up mid lane turret. Gold League getting less and less. 34-minute mark. Weibo Gaming making the impossible happen here in our match of the week. On to Kanavi. Can he survive? Light running forward. 369 now in jeopardy as well. Kanavi flushes away. Tidal Wave doesn't work, but Scatter Week! Xiaohu! Oh, man! No one should be asking who after this. That's a big pick Lyric. 4 versus 5 for 50 seconds.
Xiaohu, Light, and Chris, they have made this work. They're still angling for the
point. Oh,
point.
again! Again, Xiaohu, Scout of the Week's beautiful for Kanavi with the counter play. They're jumping in. Light's dead, Xiaohu's dead, Karsa's dead. Oh no! Right on back, Weibo Gaming. They punished the Ints, but now they've gone too far themselves as TheShy's going to get chased up to the ends of this earth. We zoom in because we know that he probably should be dying. It's a Yuumi, it's a Zeri. How do you escape all of this? Help me! Help me! I hate these champions! Okay, he's out.
So, Weibo getting a little too far ahead of themselves. I thought they had it. It looked like a Scout of the Week had landed, and that they were thinking that that was the opening to go for the game-winning push. We'll just end up with JDG picking up a few kills. We're gonna see here what it was exactly. Scout of the Week comes through, pushes both Kanavi and Ruler back, but still, Kanavi is able to find his way onto Light. Xiaohu actually flashed forward to finish off, what was that, a kill on 369, gives his life over in the process. That one, I think plays like that are a little bit too much because, again, it's a 1-for-1 overall. The death might be whatever in and of itself, but you are now a Syndra with no flash playing up against an Akali and a Wukong, so that might be a decision that Xiaohu is regretting later on.
And Lyric, it was off the back of like what was such a pristine play. That was a 6K Baron power play, by the way, guys. 5,700 to be precise, but still the point stands. Weibo Gaming came off the back of a game that looked doomed, with Ruler controlling, with the whole map just in a great state for JDG. The fight back was real, but now we have flipped it once again, where as Gromp goes to the bottom lane to experience life as a minion, we now get to fight one more time in fairly even standards, Lyric, with a 30-second dragon coming up soon. And it's soulful Weibo if they get this.
Weibo's carries, no flashes, be on the lookout for that. Ruler does have his. So Ruler, I mean, if Ruler can play impeccably, he has the tools to reposition in a fight.
Oh.
Oh, wait. They're just giving it up. Okay, so no fight. You know, okay, who cares who his flashes? Hysterics, I don't. No fight. We're pushing turrets.
All right.
Let's go.
But Xiaohu's waiting for everyone to appear on the map. So at least waiting for Karsa to come through as well. But everyone's towards the dragon at the bottom lane, so Weibo just like, yeah, forget it. I don't think I've seen an LPL team give up their potential soul unless it's for Baron. That is a rarity.
Right call. Like, seriously, those flashes are so massive going into that next fight. Especially for Xiaohu. At least Light has Guardian Angel. Light is full build, but Xiaohu would be at risk. Has just finished off his Zanya, so at least having a bit more protection behind him. And we said it earlier, right? For Weibo, really has just been mid and bot. Their top side hasn't shown up all too much, and that is staying true here in this game 3. JDG, it feels like we've gotten a bit more of a team effort this time around, but it was individual mistakes that have really given us over. Kanavi getting caught out, Ruler jumping into the enemy team once again, have given Weibo life in this game where it shouldn't have been found.
And then to be granted, to be fair, Xiaohu flashing in base, also going to do something like that. It's 369 Dominus. Hang on, Trigger. Look at the sandwich, man. This looks delicious. 369 running in, though. The damage is not enough. They haven't killed him yet. Explosion onto Kanavi. 369's going to die. It's bounced back. Someone needs to deal with Xiaohu because these orbs are flying across Summoner's Rift. Knight's trying, but Scout of the Week might be dodged from his Zonya's Hourglass. But they need to kill Xiaohu. Ruler running in, flash on top of, flashes over the wall. Rather, he's out now, but Lyric, they're the inside track to mid.
Yeah, so Weibo, I think you're doing the correct thing. Use your two weaker members to stall the backs and go for the push with your strength. They're doing that now. Even if Knight gets the kill and can recall here, as long as you can prevent the Zeri from going back, Weibo got this.
He's got TP at the very least. TP's going to be responded. Weibo gaming off the back of a throw. Match of the week, taking down the undefeated, the kings of the LPL no more. JDG bleed and Weibo Gaming drain it from them.
Xiaohu, Light, and Crisp step up. They take the win. I mean, Karsa and TheShy, they didn't have, you know, an incredibly, like, overwhelming performance. But I think the fact that you can see this team chill out in mid to late game, understand their win cons, know what to do, look for these picks. It just shows not only the strength of you know, the mid and the bot lane, but just the smarts, the experience, everything of the squad overall. What a huge win from Weibo.
Massive win. 3-1. I mean, it's also the win against JDG that matters so much.
Yes.
That in the regular season, when you only verse each other once, JDG, who I still think are our top 2, top 3 team, but the fact that Weibo Gaming were able to exploit some of their weaknesses to, I guess, I don't know, catch out Ruler, who was very ambitious in a couple of those games, was just nice to see.
It was great. I mean, a tough day for JDG on like an individual level, right? Because we saw their ability to find the gold leads is still there. They still do have a tremendous early game, but the missteps from